The reason why Tory Lanez is in prison right now because of incompetent counsel. Incompetent. Incompetent counsel. I don't need a website showing new evidence. I need you to put this shit into some filing. I need an affidavit. I need some filings. I need some motions filed. Okay, this does nothing. Okay, the court of law does not bend to the court of opinion. Once again, the court of law does not bend to the court of opinion. If you got new evidence, you better put it in a motion. It better be on somebody's in some clerk's office, prior Monday morning. This is not new. This is until you. There's no such thing as new evidence until you make a motion, until you file a motion, until there's some paperwork behind it. I don't care about these old videos. I don't care about these old interviews. Either Tory is really stupid and his counsel is even worse. And then even dumber are you content consumers that actually think this is going to sway a governor to get this nigga a pardon. Based off what? You know the governor has his own legal team that oversees these cases. So where's the amendment to the habeas corpus, right? Asking for a retrial. Where's the motions filed to have this, an expedient hearing for the presenting of this new evidence? This ain't gonna cut it. And y'all stupid for believing this dumbass shit. If you think these old videos of Megan, guy stepped on glass, so fucking what? That's not how the court of law works. But you know what? Urban folk like to be entertained. I will play this fucking game. Fine. They got a whole goddamn website. Let's see here. Megan told police and doctors she stepped on glass. Yes. The original ER doctor that seen her said he removed glass from her foot, not bullet fragments. Okay, fine. Video and officers confirmed Megan stepped on the glass bottle not hit by gunfire. Sean Kelly testified 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. Kelsey tested positive for gunshot. Oh, no, I did not. Now, last time I checked, I never recalled this part. We just all knew that Tory's DNA was inconclusive on the firearm. I didn't know that anybody else was tested. Okay, so if Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue, then why was she given immunity? Fine. Kelsey received a free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid and why? Fine. Okay. EJ said an object in the girl's luggage looked like a gun. Sure. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline proves she went public first. Tory's DNA was not found on the magazine. Only 0.01% on the gun. Statistically irrelevant. 90% of the DNA on the gun belonged to an unknown male, not Tory. Tory's jail call apology was about the drama of sleeping with 2 friends, not a shooting. Tory has repeatedly said, I would never do anything like this. No bullet fragments on x-ray, no nerve damage, fractures. Matter of fact, I remember because they posted the picture of her foot after the glass was removed. Picture. Let me see if we can still find a picture of Megan Thee Stallion feet glass removal. Yeah, we did all this. This is old. It was a close-up of her foot. So this is what they're saying, that was her foot. It was another picture. This is not it. It was another picture. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. This is it. That was the one. This is the one. That when it initially came out, the ER doctor said I removed glass, blackened glass fragments. Right? That was the original pic. That's when it's stitched up. So okay, we covered this. What is this? That was 2 years ago. Okay. All right. What else you got? Let me see. What else you got? Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Let me get back to it. Where the fuck did I go? Oh, is it this? No, that's not it. Hold up. Let me find it. Let me go back to it. Where the fuck did it go? that's not it. Oh, here we go. Okay, we back. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Prosecutors misused Tory's rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged allegations to sway the jury. Kelsey's story changed multiple times. She admitted to lying under pressure. Megan's own timeline and injuries don't match the story of a shooting. Blah, 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 blah. This all means nothing unless it's some type of amended complaint, file, habeas corpus, I don't know, motion, something. This all means nothing. Real quick, I'm so sorry I missed your Cash App. Hold up. Aztec. Thank you for the 10 on the Cash App. He says, for memory lane with older EDM. Oh, for sure. Once again, I'm still waiting on that Afro House smash hit, international smash hit from Afro House. Let's continue. Let's see. Timeline contradicts Megan claim. Megan and Kelsey had a physical altercation. Sean Kelly's testimony. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to notice. Audio undermines the dance bitch claim. Medical facts don't match the narrative. Forensic red flags and medical doubt. Fragments went missing. Megan's faulty claims. Medical records. Moments that show Tory cared. Misinterpreted apology. What Tory really meant. Okay, so now you're claiming prosecutorial misconduct. Is it in the motion? Let's see. In her words, I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they're saying that.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
Okay. So why are they saying that? Let's continue.
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
All right, she said glass.
I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you
I didn't get shot.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have
Okay, that's blood on the suitcase. That's clearly blood right there. But okay, let's continue.
other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over, looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut? Or who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Okay.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well.
Okay, let's continue.
It's right down in Florida.
Yeah.
Rear passengers step out of the vehicle. Let me see your hands. Show us your hands. Come out with your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right down in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, is this in the motion somewhere?
She cut herself when she stepped out.
Oh, she cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut herself when she stepped out.
Okay, great.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh,
Keep
she
going.
cut herself.
Keep going.
Okay, let's continue. In her own words, please. Okay, let's see.
I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy.
Okay, let's continue. Oh, this is her in the hospital. Okay, I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
And so what happened with you were just one ball stepping on glass. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
Okay, right foot. Okay, I stepped on glass the other day. Okay.
So you were already hurt when you got into the room. And then at that point, your friends were running down from the hospital.
Okay. Also, Tory had poor representation because their strategy was, okay, you don't say who did it, but we have enough evidence that you didn't do it. That's why he never took the stand, y'all, because they felt they had enough evidence to prove that he didn't do it without him having to say who did it. Piss poor strategy. But let's continue.
So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me.
Uh-oh.
You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet.
Wow. Once again, where's the motion? Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Timeline contradicts Megan's claims. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline shows she went public first. Megan negative is this. That's why I didn't want to say nothing in the first place. This would have never came out if Tory would have never went to the internet telling everybody his side of the story. Terrible because I didn't want to say anything in the first place. So not only did I not say anything, but now you want to get ahead of it and make yourself look like some type of victim. Why did you not want to say anything in the first place? Objection, blah, 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 blah. I think we've covered that, blah, blah, blah. What was your plan when this first happened as far as what you would say? I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want it to go anywhere. I'm embarrassed. I know you told the police that you stepped on broken glass. About 4 days later, did you come forward to the police and tell you who shot you? Yes. And was that to a detective? Yes. And those 4 days, what brought about the change of heart? I had a change of heart because I saw online that he had tried to start getting ahead of the story and put it on a bunch of different narratives about what happened. So how did that make you feel? She typed, the narrative that is being reported about Sunday's morning events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered a gunshot wound as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Wow. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery, but it was important to me to clarify the details of this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible. Okay, to my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today. They start poking. Okay, as we went on IG. Okay.
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast.
True that.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
Wow. Once again, piss poor counsel. Now, this is Kelsey on the right. This is Kelsey. She's all cut up and bloody. Clearly, she got in a fight with Megan. Megan is 5'10". Kelsey about 5'3", 5'4". Right? There's a knot on her head. Okay. Kelsey didn't go down without a fight. Okay. Megan's song lyrics, who a snitch. I never went to the police with no names. I thought the bitch that got her chain snatched, called her lost, had something to say. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's continue.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police.
Sean Kelly, right?
No, it didn't happen.
No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't.
No,
we didn't
they
see
were
it.
on my side. The girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting.
Two girls fighting. Two girls fighting.
And then they shot.
And then they shot.
Okay. She got out of the car and crawled over.
Wow. And what did you see next, sir? They were fighting. They had started fighting. The two girls, yes. And when you say the two girls were fighting, could you describe to the jury what you observed, what they were doing and what they were fighting about? Not about, but how were they fighting? They were pulling their hair and hitting each other. It was quite violent. This is initially when you still the only one, still only see the two girls, correct? Yes. And what happened at this point? Was the fighting continuing? Was it stopped? They were fighting for a while because I told my son to come into my room and I asked him to get into my bed and then they were still fighting. They was all bent over, sort of wrapped in each other, fighting. Okay. Did you state, sir, that the shorter gentleman didn't come out of the car until the initial shot, fireworks had started? Yes. Excuse me? Yes. So when the initial shot or fireworks had started, it isn't true you stated that my client was still in the car. Yeah, I believe so. The shorter gentleman was in the car. Yes. Okay, and did you state that initially you saw the two girls fighting? I did, yes. Did you say that after you saw the two girls fighting, you saw one of the girls shoot, sir? I believe so, but thereafter, did you say that the shorter guy got involved at that point trying to take the gun away? Objection, leading, court overruled. Is that what you said? Yes, or yeah. Piss poor attorneys, man.
The doors of the Escalade open and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The two girls?
Yeah, I can see one feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
The front. Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand. And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. Passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Let's continue.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
The one time you would expect somebody to whip out a camera phone, it doesn't happen. Like, seriously, right now? This is the affidavit from Tory's bodyguard. This is the affidavit from Kelsey's bodyguard. Remember the bodyguard went to Dubai or went to a soccer game and overseas and didn't want to come back. I mean, just idiots, stupid, just stupidity all the way around. EJ King, Meg's former stylist, said an object in her purse looked like a handgun. EJ said he may have seen things that looked like a gun in the bag or purse, but he never asked questions or confirmed what they were. This adds to the reasonable doubt if Kelsey had the gun, there's a great possibility Tory cannot be the shooter. You can't tell us it's for sure a handgun, but you've seen something like a handgun. Is that fair to say? Yeah. So when we were upstairs just a few minutes ago, did you recall stating that you have seen things that look like handguns? Oh, yeah. It looks like, but like I said, if I picked it up, no, but something like, yeah. Yes. Well, let me ask you this. You may have not picked that up, and you're telling us you don't know if it's an actual working firearm, correct? Right. Have you seen anything in any of the bags or anytime you've been out with security? Have you seen anything that resembled that, something that looked like a weapon, a firearm? Possibly, yes. What do you mean possibly? Is that a yes, sir? Yes, possibly. I don't go through them to check for a firearm, but I may have seen stuff in bags that I packed. But like I said, I haven't. You never asked questions. You never asked what this is. Is it a firearm? No. This is Kelsey's testimony. How much more of this shit I got? Oh my God, we're halfway through. Oh my God. This is not important to me. I really don't care about this shit because look at this. Click here to help free Tory and sign a petition. Petitions don't get it done, brother. Motions, affidavits, filings. Oh my God. Just, I can't tell you the time, but yes, July 12, 2020. And you saw what happened during that shooting, didn't you? I mean, again, no. The way I was positioned, honestly, no. Passenger area, again, when I spoke with you, I said a few different things. Did you shoot Tory or excuse me, did you shoot Megan? No. Who shot Megan? Again, when I was getting out of the car, all I heard was shots. I didn't actually see. Okay, in September when you interviewed with us, it was not a blur, correct? Again, I said things to protect myself that night. Okay, well, you said that day, you said it's a blur. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're telling us you didn't see anything or you didn't hear anything. It's a blur. It's something. Is that right? I didn't see anything. So, oh my gosh. Did you tell us that when you looked at maybe the second or third gunshot, that's when you see Tory and he's in the front seat and he must have jumped into the front seat and he's leaning over the door, over the window? Do you remember telling us that? Again, our interview was not 100% truthful. Kelsey testified under oath that no bribery occurred, no financial records or corroborating evidence supported the robbery claim. Okay, there's also been a lot of talk about bribery, and I want to, before I go into the facts, I want to talk about that. Has my client paid you anything? No. There is talk about hush money that Megan's people have put out there. Has my client paid any money to you, ma'am? No. And I would actually like to make that very clear because I have seen some things earlier from her attorney, and I'm tired of that lie. So no. Ms. Harris, I never asked them to deputy. Got it. Okay, by giving me a spot, they did this voluntarily and for a year, which was not normal. So she admits that Megan's team paid for Kelsey's apartment for a year. Okay, after the incident, Kelsey received rent for an entire year after not speaking with Megan since the incident. So that was kind of her payoff, free rent for a year. The term "they" has been used repeatedly. Why? Okay, in her own words, he is standing up over the window shooting, but he never touched the gun.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting.
Okay. All right, DNA proves Tory's innocence. Forensic expert testified that 90% of DNA on the weapon belonged to an unknown male. So that had to be the bodyguard. Not Tory Lanez. His DNA was not found on the magazine. Software used for analysts had documented instability and potential for false matches. An expert testified that if Tory had fired the gun 5 times, the DNA would be expected on the weapon, but it wasn't found. Female DNA was found on the gun. Kelsey tested positive for GSR, but her DNA was never tested against the gun. Tory Lanez's DNA was not on the magazine and only 0.1 or 0.01 on the firearm. This amount is incredibly small, equivalent to picking a blade of grass from a football field. We're going to go through all... How much more I got this? Oh my God, this is a long-ass website. Hey. Okay, let's see. The mixture of donors in the sample 5111 of the gun was estimated by the STR mix software as 90%, 5%, 3%, and 2% donors. The major donor, 90% of DNA, could reliably be deduced from the mixture of DNA, and it did not match the defendant. From the donors of 5%, 3%, and 2% of DNA in the mixture, no DNA profile could be deduced. The latter indicates that the data of these donors is not reliable for comparison with possible donors. So we know one male DNA was found on the handgun, at least one. Do we know if there's the possibility of female DNA being on that gun? Yes. We also see an indication that there is DNA from a female there based on the balance of the X and Y chromosomes that are present. Now, let's get back to the same thing with the magazine. You talked about the handgun. Can you tell us explain what the LAPD concluded after testing the swab as to the magazine from this case? Yes, when they tested the magazine, they saw that they had, again, at least 4 people. And so coincidence, maybe not. They aren't together, the magazine and the gun. There may be some similarities there. And looking at that, they absolutely excluded Peterson. He is not one of those 4 people. He's not on the magazine. And so when they take a look at that, that's a clear exclusion. Can't be there. Sir, counsel keeps saying about the gun, touching the gun. You can't exclude Mr. Peterson. Sir, is there any evidence as you sit here that people can say that Mr. Peterson touched that gun? Yes or no? No. And is that the same opinion that the LAPD criminals has? That's correct. Sir, again, I'm going to ask you this hypothetical, and I'm going to leave out the fact that it's my gun. If I pick up a gun from inside of a vehicle, I take that gun, I get out of the car, I shoot 5 times, I put that gun back in the car. Would you expect my DNA to be on that gun, sir? I would, yes. Is my client's, Mr. Peterson's DNA on that gun, sir? Not that we can tell. No, I have no further questions. Tory Lanez's defense expert didn't receive the STR mix worksheet until the last minute due to a Brady violation. The worksheet only turned over at the defense request, so Tory Lanez was just 0.01% contributor to the gun and also excluded on the magazine, limiting the defense's ability to properly challenge the DNA evidence. The prosecution used up all the DNA samples so it could not be retested.
Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth.
That's an evil woman right there. That's an evil woman. Text message evidence appears edited. Text messages used in court, 20 differed from versions shared publicly by Megan's team. Of course it is. Okay. Address. Oh yeah, Woodrow Wilson, hella close. Just don't tell Alex we 10 minutes away from him. Okay, LOL shit. Security 101. Going with Ferris to pick up another car. We be right back. Help. Tory shot Meg 911. Alex with private gym. Oh yeah, some. Okay. LOL shit. Security. Can we going with Ferris to pick up another. Hello, Tory shot Meg and handled me 911. Ooh. Missing phrases raise questions about whether evidence presented to jury and now to the public was selectively edited or incomplete.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance.
Wow. All right, did he really say that? Audio undermines Dan's bitch claim. The now public camera ring audio confirms 5 gunshots but does not capture Tory Lanez saying Dan's bitch. Let's go. Damn. Kelsey was trying to kill that bitch. Kelsey was trying to kill Meg. Wow, you could hear their conversation, correct? Yeah, quite clearly. Excuse me, quite clearly. But at any point, did you hear anybody say dance bitch? No. When you got out of the car, did anybody say dance bitch? Did you hear a word? Did anybody saying dance bitch? No. I don't know where that came from, so no. That's Sean Kelly testifying. Okay. Only Megan has claimed this unsupported by any audio or witness evidence. Listen, if they went this hard for this for this website, I need them to go this hard for a motion. Okay? File a motion.
I get to the hospital. The doctors do X-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet. You got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them like, no, I didn't know I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that.
Okay, let's continue. Medical facts don't match the narrative. Okay, this is the original doctor that took the glass out. I remember him. Okay. And that's right, they were never called in to testify. Dr. Anthony Lafredo, that's right, he was the ER. Described injury as laceration from broken glass. There is no mention of gunshot wounds, fragments, or ballistic trauma. He's also described Megan as pleasant and in no acute distress. Dr. Milton Little, orthopedic surgeon, diagnosed bilateral gunshot wounds based on imaging. He removed 3 small fragments under general anesthesia and called wounds superficial, yet performed surgery. Claimed fragments were bagged and given to police. Those bullet fragments went missing. Dr. Anna Howell, plastic surgeon, described wounds as superficial and cleanly closed. X-ray showed no fractures, minimal residual shrapnel. Dr. Howell treated for cellulitis and discharged without mention of ballistic trauma. Okay. All right, imaging. I have evaluated the following imaging, which shows X-rays of bilateral feet, bilateral calcaneus, left tib fib, and CT of bilateral feet demonstrates no acute fractures. There are no radiopaque foreign bodies concerning for bullet fragments present in both left and right hind foot. That's funny, hind foot. The 3 bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to the standard protocol, and passed off to appropriate authorities. Multi-planar fluoroscopy was then obtained of the bilateral feet, demonstrating successful removal of their major bullet fragments. There were tiny fragments of retained missile that were noted, however, deemed too small to attempt retrieval. So this sounds like a ricochet. She got hit with ricochet, right? There's and she literally, I've done the stream when I showed actual gunshot wounds to the feet. You're fucked up. Okay. Key medical findings, radiology report, no radiopaque foreign bodies. Okay, we went through all this. Okay, we know all this. Much of this evidence was never presented at trial. Tory Lanez's original trial counsel joined the case late, limiting the defense's ability to investigate these medical inconsistencies. Okay, fragments went missing. Preliminary hearings, detectives stated bullet fragments were missing. Prosecutors later claimed LAPD had them an inconsistency suggesting evidence mismanagement or miscommunications. Prosecutors claimed LAPD still has the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Megan's foot, yet during a preliminary hearing, Detective Ryan Stogner stated the fragments were missing. If LAPD had the fragments, why did the lead investigator testify in this manner? The chain of custody comes to question with such a clear error. This casts doubt on the integrity and completeness of the evidence. Now, the bullet fragments which were allegedly removed from Megan's ankles, they can't be located, correct? Correct. And you indicated that you reviewed the medical reports from Cedars, or at least some of them. Yes. Did you read the report that called the finding superficial injuries? Yes. Nothing further. Megan's faulty claims and medical records. Okay. August 17th, she went to the club with an ace bandage on her left foot, despite claiming to have been shot in both feet. She's got serious bunions. Okay, was there a lot of pain afterwards? Yes, I couldn't walk for a while, and I couldn't feel the side of my left foot. Do you still have nerve damage? Yes, I still have nerve damage. And what do you mean by that? I really can't feel the left side of my foot. And based on your experiences, did you see anything that there was any nerve damage or any of those fragments penetrate and touch the nerve or any of that? Did you see anything like that? We did not identify any nerve involvement on the left side. No further questions. Okay. So we get to Tory.
Address that the incident occurred, the shooting happened?
Nah, I don't know the address, bro. I was just trying to help my girlfriend. 1 second, bro.
Stay right here for me, bro.
Lego.
Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Hey, so just a quick question.
It's gonna be good.
Do you have any injuries on you?
No, I don't.
Do you need an R?
I got to come for your friend now, okay?
Okay, let's continue.
Do you want to talk about what happened tonight? Your girl to safety?
Once again, horrible. Fire all of his attorneys. At this point, I think the attorneys, everybody was in on it to get this, to set this man up. But once again, Tory's defense was they have enough to prove he didn't do it without him having to say who did it. Very bad strategy. Very, very bad strategy. Once again, his attorney said, hey, we have enough to prove that he didn't do it, and he doesn't have to go tell who did it. That's why he didn't take the stand. Okay. Let's see. Many appointed to Tory Lanez's jail call as admission of guilt in the shooting, but this is misrepresentation. Tory has publicly clarified that his apology was never about the shooting, but about the drama caused by sleeping with 2 close friends and getting caught. He acknowledged that his actions created a volatile situation, but firmly stated, "I would never do anything like this." All right, so we go. Prosecutorial misconduct. Now, this is where affidavits and filings and motions need to be, submitted into along with the habeas corpus for a retrial. Listen, you're asking an appellate court to grant you a retrial. And the first thing his attorney wants to do is create a website for new evidence. Fuck all this. Give it to the clerk. File the motion, submit it to the clerk to put it into one big package in your habeas corpus to submit to the appellate court to give the appellate court even more reason to grant you a retrial and possibly bail. This is insane. You want to talk about incompetent attorneys and incompetent counsel? This is what it looks like. Okay. Tory Lanez's choice to testify or not is a protected constitutional right. Great. Now, the fact that the defendant does not testify on his own behalf should not be fodder for the courts nor an interpretation of guilt. Hey, look at this. Justice required clear. Idiots, man. Everybody's idiots. Everybody's stupid on this. Okay? So, Tory is stupid for not taking a stand. Tory's attorneys are stupid for a very poor game plan, right? Megan's going to do what Megan's got to do because she's bought and paid for. So, of course, she's going to do what Rock Nation tells her. Kelsey is just as slimy, right? And then the people that eat this shit up, that actually believe that this website is going to sway a court of law to do the right thing. They don't. Facts over feelings all day. Okay? Paperwork. Where's the paperwork for this? No paperwork has been filed. Not that I know of. There's nothing on the docket. Nothing's been submitted. There's nothing on the docket for a hearing to go over this brand new evidence. So what is this? Gavin Newsom's going to be like, what? You guys take a look at this website and tell me what you think. Should I give him a pardon or what? That's not how this works.